Simon Coronel guides you through a series of amazing moments with a juice bottle, a padlock, a jelly snake, and much, much more, leading to a finale that would change the way you see reality. Wow. His show opens tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, at Gluttony at the Valley. But we welcome him here today, here at the Fringe Funhouse. Give him a big Fringe Funhouse welcome for a little bit of glitches in reality. Here he is.
So what was your name again?
Dennis.
Sorry?
Dennis.
Dennis. Another extremely well-deserved round of applause for Dennis. who faced a difficult challenge and faced it extremely well. So congratulations. So my name's Simon, and I'm here from a show called Glitches in Reality that opens tomorrow night over on the corner of whatever this street is and where the big parks are. I'm not from Adelaide, I'm still learning what happens here. And the show is basically about things that look impossible but aren't, like you just saw. Now, if you want to do something that looks impossible, the best way is to start with just something really, really, really difficult. For example, doing a juggling trick. And this is one of the areas where illusion, whether you call it magic or illusion or sleight of hand, and juggling overlap by doing something that just looks very fancy and impressive. Now, anybody can learn to do this. There's nothing impossible about it. It just takes many months and years of obsession and self-denial and so forth. And when we move to the actual juggling part of the act, I'm aware that one ball juggling lacks a certain something as far as impressiveness goes. But that's because I'm not a juggler. I'm an illusionist. My job isn't to do something that looks difficult, it's to do something that actually looks impossible. Okay, I need a slow burn. I know it's a quiet afternoon. But the thing is, there's a rule about this stuff, which is never do the same illusion more than once for the same audience. And the reason for that is if I do this multiple times, it becomes less and less impressive with each repetition. Until it becomes completely obvious exactly what's going on. For anybody not still following, by the way, pretending to put it in the left hand, actually still in the right. I know this comes as a newsflash to some people at this point. Your eyes follow the ball, you experience the illusion of it vanishing and reappearing. Now the problem is that by telling you that, even though that's interesting, I've now basically ruined that illusion for you forever. For the rest of your lives, if you see somebody make a ball apparently disappear and reappear like that, you don't get amazed anymore. Which is sad because these things are at least meant to be pleasant to watch. I mean, it's meant to be like a tripped out intellectual roller coaster ride of things that look impossible. Which again, is what the whole show is about. So luckily for the amazement junkies in the room, there are other ways to do the same illusion that I haven't ruined for you yet. For example, getting a second ball involved. Using different angles, different positions, different techniques to get the same illusion. Right? I know. Of the same thing happening. Now the thing is, this usually stands up to a second repetition. And looks almost more trippy. But now that you know what you're looking for, it's usually the third time where people catch what's going on. And this, now that you know what to expect, most people will see this. So you might have some theories now of what to expect, because you know what to anticipate. You can start to imagine what might be happening. And that's okay, because now I'm just using a technique known as messing with you to get a totally different illusion of something impossible. You know, the first time I saw that, I was so amazed I forgot to applaud wildly as well. Oh, you guys, you're the sweetest. Yeah, I know, it's kind of awkward on a quiet Monday afternoon here. And so whether you do this through fancy sleight of hand dexterity to create the illusion of something just melting away into nothingness, which isn't real but looks pretty convincing, or use something more whimsical, like a pinch of magical fairy dust, which is ridiculous and cheesy, but nonetheless effective. Or something totally different to get the illusion of that last ball, apparently, completely disappearing. So all these things are amazing to watch, and again, that's the whole concept of the show. Opening tomorrow night, over in Gluttony, right on the corner of where the parks are. But the thing is, it always bothered me that these things only happen in an instant. They're just memories, illusions, they're not real. And so I wanted to actually do something that would actually find a way to actually have something that actually lasts, a permanent, tangible impossibility you can touch. So for example, and hang on, sorry, what was your name again? Guy who helped me with the thing? Dennis. Dennis, that's right. Okay, so Dennis, because you did so well up there earlier, and I know it can be scary to come up on stage in front of a group of strangers that you don't know, I actually have a gift for you. This is a gift that tries to create an illusion that lasts beyond just the actual moment of the show. And Dennis, your gift is a sketch of a spoon or an index card. Just what you needed for your refrigerator, I don't really know. Not that interesting a gift, but we're going to do 3 things to this to make it into a really unique, remarkable gift. Number 1, it's actually not even unique. I have a whole bunch of these. I give one away each show to whoever is actually, gracious enough to help out. Number 1, you get it signed by the artist. I know that artist is such a strong word for this. You get it signed by the guy who actually sketched these out every afternoon. Adds maybe 5 cents to the eBay resale value, not very much. Second, D-E-N-N-I-S?
2 N's.
2 N's. You get it personalized to Dennis. Excuse my terrible handwriting at that point. But here's the third thing. This is where it gets good. This is where it gets to be possibly one of the most tripped out things you're likely to see all week. Unless, of course, you come to the show opening tomorrow night, Glitches in Reality. I have to shamelessly plug this, obviously, at this point. The spoon is a really powerful metaphor for the difference between perception and reality. There is no spoon in the Matrix, the bending spoon, that image. I'm going to create the illusion of that spoon bending on the page. I mean, you can see it straight, you can see your name in permanent ink printed on there. But the illusion of that spoon bending, there are 2 ways to do this. The first one, ta-da. That's extremely lame, that's unimpressive. And your lack of reaction is a testament to that. But the second one, with your name printed on the page, that straight printed spoon on the paper, we can create the illusion of it bending. Bending on the page, that 2-dimensional image, permanently altered. And here's the really freaky bit. Dennis, have a look at that. Take it, check it. Check there are no moving parts. That really is just a single 2-dimensional printed image, still with your name written on it, in permanent ink. And that is a permanent, tangible piece of impossibility that you get to keep as a thank you souvenir for helping out today and doing such a sterling job. But other than that, this has only been a very short teaser. The show is called Simon Coronel, that's me, Glitches in Reality. It opens tomorrow night at
Now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Simon to the stage for a tasty morsel of Glitches in Reality. My pleasure.
Good afternoon. Let's kick it off, without further ado, with a very simple, but I hope you'll agree, a very remarkable piece of close-up illusion. Are you ready? Yeah. Good. Eye contact confirmed. Here we go. That's not it. That's just the dramatic build-up. Oh my god, my thumb is totally coming off. No way. That is a heinous flesh injury right there. Hang on, wait. It's back on. Okay. You know, thank you for the pity applause, I appreciate that. But the only aim of that is to keep your expectations really low for what's about to happen. Because I know if you've been to primary school, you've seen this before. That is not going to amaze anybody. Except, I think, one person who sounded like they hadn't seen it before. But what you may not have seen is what we in the close-up illusion business refer to as the extended remix version of that. In which the first finger comes off and vanishes, gets replaced by the third finger restores, little finger shrinks, thumb extends, comes up completely, goes back on, and then for the finale, we levitate that sucker for good measure. Which mixes it up a little bit, has a certain, okay, right, alright. See, like I said, low expect, and then we're going to very slowly build, but I'm still guessing, actually to check we're on the same wavelength, by show of hands, did anybody actually think I really pulled on my fingers during that? Okay, good, I'm worried. Sometimes people do it and it gets really awkward at that point. Because none of these things are meant to be real, they're meant to be kind of trippy, fun things to watch. But from here on in, they get more realistic and more believable, even though they're just using the same principles. So, for example, what's your name? Hi, Sue. Could you check that out for me, Sue? Make sure it's real. Please don't make it disappear. I need that stuff. Sue is basically now in charge of quality control for the rest of the show. Your job is to make sure this stuff is more amazing if you've had someone like Sue. Make sure it's legit. I know, right? So, can everybody see the $5 note? Okay, thank you, person in the front row. I appreciate you. Here's the illusion. Get the creases in just the right spots. This is the bit where it actually gets impressive. I'm just warning you up front, even though your expectations are quite low so far. Very slowly, create the illusion of that 5. Transforming to what looks a heck of a lot like a $50 note. Of that. Now, I mean, that's a pretty convincing illusion, right? I mean, it looks like a 50, it sounds like a 50, the sleeves are up, Sue checked it out. But if you think about it for a second, you know it has to be an illusion. Because if I could really do this, I wouldn't be here right now. I mean, you guys are lovely, and this is great, but I would be on a beach in Hawaii with a big stack of $5 notes, doing a lot of folding, waving, cashing in. So, it is sadly an illusion, which sucks financially. But it's amazing to watch because you now get to see the illusion a second time. Now that you know what you're looking for. The short sleeves, apparently nowhere to hide. It just looks like it melts back into that 5 from whence it came. See now he's good. Alright, yeah, checks out. So the thing is, like I said, these things are not real, they are illusions. So they're views done through sleight of hand, misdirection, various psychological and optical principles. And the coolest one to give you an example of is misdirection. Used in casino chips. These are actually, again, so check them out for me, make sure they're real. These are actually, yeah I know, but these are actually from the MGM Grand Casino in Vegas. I actually live in Los Angeles now. I'm back here in Australia for the Fringe. They check out. They're just pieces of plastic, you know. And that's a $1, a $5, and a $25 chip. So the challenge is to take them from one location, hand A, over to another one, hand B. But without you seeing the hands come together, create the illusion of them just vanishing and reappearing. Now, the thing is, to do this, we have to be subtle. There's various ways we can actually make it happen. For example, here we go. From hand A to hand B, one at a time. Okay, I should mention before we do this, that it happens when you're not actually expecting it to. Okay, that wasn't fair, I didn't warn you what was going to happen. Second chance. See, the reason this works is even if you watch the chips really closely, which you seem to be, you can't also be watching what my knuckles are doing at the same time. Or if there's something happening in my wrists that you don't notice. Or you really don't notice what's happening down my elbows. Or up at my face as well. You get distracted for a second and miss the moments. Yeah, some people get very distracted. Okay, third time lucky. See, now that you know what to expect, almost everybody sees it the third time, because now you know what to anticipate. You are now really looking for it. So here we go. Most people see the third one. Third chip. One at a time. Oh my god, is that David Hasselhoff? At the back? Okay, you see that one, like I said, everyone catches the third one. Let's try it again. See, the thing is, it's true, I really can't use the same technique 3 times in a row without you spotting what's going on. I have to do something different for the final chip. First is hide it. Second is try to distract you really obviously. But the third is bluff you as to where its actual location is. But that still gets that final chip right across through the fine art of misdirection. So this has still just been a very tiny tip of the iceberg teaser of some of the kinds of things, visually, psychologically, illusionarily, that are in the show at Glitches in Reality. Some of you have flyers. Opening tonight, actually, at 10 p.m. at Gluttony. But for the last piece I want to share with you, all these things are amazing. I mean, 5's changing to 50s, poker chips apparently teleporting. But you hopefully get to leave here with some amazing memories of the stuff you've seen, but they are sadly just memories. There's nothing tangible about them. There's nothing you can touch and hold that feels real. So this last bit, and also is to say thank you to Sue, our quality control expert. I actually have a gift for you. Something you can touch and hold and keep as a consequence of this. The gift in question is just a drawing of a spoon on an index card. It doesn't look like very much, but like the very first trick of the show, it doesn't look like much and then gets interesting. This isn't actually even unique. I bought a bunch of these. I give one away to a person each show. But we're going to do 3 things to this suit to make it into something special for you. The first thing is you get it signed by the artist. I know artist is kind of a strong word for this, where you get it signed by the guy who sketches these before each show. That's maybe 10 cents to the eBay resale value, not a lot, but still good. An SUE is face value name. You get it personalized to Sue. Excuse my terrible handwriting. Slightly more personal gift. Still nothing much to write home about. It's the third thing that makes this really special, because the spoon is actually kind of a powerful metaphor for the impossible. In the Matrix, there is no spoon, the spoon bending like the reality as you perceive it. So the aim is for you to create the illusion of this spoon bending, the ink on the paper, with your name in permanent ink. There's two ways to do this. The first is just that. That sucks, that's a terrible illusion. But, with your name in permanent ink on the spoon, printed on paper, we create the illusion of that straight spoon. Check it out. Bending on the page. That 2D image actually melting in half, looking for all the world. Like it's just fallen in half on the actual image. But the really tricky bit about that, I mean, you saw that, so check it out, make sure there are no moving parts. That is just ink on paper, permanent, apparently unalterable. And that is a tangible, permanently altered illusion for you to keep as a thank you for helping out earlier. I hope you enjoyed. I've been Simon Coronel, opening tonight in Glitches in Reality. If you've enjoyed this, there's a heck of a lot more in the 1 hour show. Have a lovely afternoon.